What up, YouTube? It's your young guy, JT. And November 21st, Mandalay Bay. Um, Cotto, Canelo. It's a big fight that really can go either way. A true 50-50 fight. Um, I see a lot of different scenarios in this fight, man. No matter what, I think it's going to be a tight, tight fight up until, a drastic change. A drastic change happens. But just looking at it, Cotto's coming off a knockout of James Kirkland. Before that, he fought a controversial fight with Erislandy Lara that I picked him to win, but during the fight, I had him losing that fight. Um, Before that, he fought Alfredo Angulo. We got Miguel Cotto. His last three fights have been Sergio Martinez, Delvin Rodriguez. Well, before that, Rodriguez, then Martinez, then Daniel Gill. So, both these guys' resumes, of their last as of late, hasn't really been impressive, you know. So we just have to look at the actual fighting styles and the actual matchup, of how this is really going to play out. Um, Canelo's 20, what is he now? 25 years old now. In his prime, young bull, hitting hard, you know, former champ, coming off a big knockout. Uh, Cotto, he's looking like a completely different fighter under Freddie Roach. If you look back at Cotto's career, um, he always brings the fights, man. He always brings the fight. He's a great boxer, but pretty much he's always had that high guard. He's always had his chin tucked. He always had pretty tight defense. Especially within the last, I'll say about 5 years. Earlier in his career, he would get dropped and get in the slugfest and get hurt of guys the likes of DeMarcus Corley and you know stuff like that. But within the last 5-6 years, he's been tight on his defense. This guy's a veteran. He's a four division world champion. Yeah. He's won titles at 140, 47, 54. Now he's a lineal middleweight champion, WBC, green belt, Ring Magazine champ, lineal champ. And this fight is going to be contested at a catch weight of 155 pounds, which, it kind of sucks, but I understand why it's done. If they come in at the full 160-pound limit, Canelo being the bigger guy here, that's less weight for him to cut, instead of him cutting, 15, 16 pounds, you know, he'll just be cutting 10 pounds, because I believe he walks around at probably about 172, 170, and he's just young enough to get all the way down to 54. A lot of people complain about the catch weight with Mayweather. With me, catch weights go on a fight by fight basis. You have to look at every situation. When Canelo fought Mayweather, this guy was 22 years old. If you look back and you look at these fights, you look at every situation. When the catch weight's with a younger guy, coming down, it's generally not the same effect as an older guy like a Daniel Gill coming down and, you know, coming down in weight like that. But that's rather near here nor there. How I see this fight playing out. Um, Cotto's just been looking so great, man. Cotto's just looks like a different man. He looks confident. He looks just, he's right. He's feeling probably like he's on top of the world. He's got the big contract going. He's got another reported 30 million coming in, which I don't really believe that. And 30 million. I mean, I don't think this is a big enough fight to warrant that type of check, man. I mean, I don't know how many buys this fight would do. Um, I think it's really a stretch to say that this fight breaks a million buys, man. I mean, it's a big fight, but it's not a real it's not really popular in America, uh, unless you're Latino, you Mexican or you Puerto Rican or you're a hardcore boxing fan. It doesn't really have that crossover appeal, this fight. But hopefully it does well for the sport, man. I want to see these fights uh, do well, man. I hope this fight and I hope the Golovkin fight, you know, I have a feeling people are going to be surprised at how many pay-per-views this Golovkin fight is going to get, man. I mean, because there's really a lot of buzz behind it, much more buzz than this fight. I mean, if you be honest, um, but let's stay on topic here. How I see this fight going. Uh, it's just Cotto's time, man. It's Cotto's time, man. If you recall, about a year and a half ago, I did the Sergio Martinez and Cotto breakdown, and I said the same thing, man. It's his time, man. And with Freddie Roach, um, I think Canelo's a great fighter, man. For his age, to accomplish what he's accomplished in the sport of boxing, and he's gonna move on to even bigger things. This guy's gonna end up with nearly 100 fights, man, and he's really a great fighter. I'm a big Canelo fan, but I have to look at this objectively, and it's clear to me that he has problems with movement. Okay, I mean that's no matter what, him versus Austin Trout. I had Canelo winning that fight by round two max. It wasn't an easy fight. You know, they had open scoring, WBC. It was just, it was just like a baby fight, man. They basically gave it to Canelo. It was no way Trout would have got that decision. And that's evident by the scorecards on that fight. But Trout using movement, Lara using movement. You know, these are bigger guys. You know, big head motherfuckers like Trout. You know, I mean, Cotto is hard to hit, man. He gets low. He got the high guard. He's in and out now. That's evident by his move to Freddie Roach. I mean, the guy's, he has that Manny Pacquiao type thing going on when he's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 and out. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and he's out of there. He's out of the pocket. And Canelo is robotic, man. He is. He's flat-footed. He's stiff. And he doesn't look good against guys who move, man. And I think Cotto wins this fight by unanimous decision. Cotto is hitting hard as hell at middleweight. The powers travel went up. He's looking like the fucking Cotto who was mowing down everybody at 140. He's looking like the same guy. This guy is looking rejuvenated. He's looking motivated. He's looking happy. He has a spring in his step, man. I just think this is his time. I think Cotto wins this fight, man. I see, Canelo's a very hard puncher, man. Throws straight punches, great uppercut. He's wide on his hooks. You know, Cotto is susceptible, as you saw in the Zab Judah fight, to get hit with uppercuts, especially the left uppercut. Canelo has good left uppercut. He has a great right uppercut as well, which you don't normally see from right-handed fighters. Yeah, man, this will be a good fight to bet to take the draw in. You get the highest odds with the draw. This will be a great fight to take it in, but I see Cotto winning this fight by unanimous decision, man. You know, I don't think anyone's gonna get knocked out. You know, I don't think this will be an all-out war, but there will be fireworks. These are two guys who are boxers, man. We have to give it up. Just stop trying to force Canelo to be some pressure fighter, come forward Mexican style fighter. He's not that. He's a boxer. Okay, he's a boxer. Um, he's not a pressure fighter. He's stiff. You know, that's why I think, the winner of this fight is going to be fighting Golovkin. If Canelo wins, I think Golovkin ruins him, man. He totally gets destroyed by Triple G, man, because he's too stiff, man. You can't stand in front of Triple G and think you're going to have much of a chance, man. That dude is hitting like a heavyweight. You're going to see when David Lemieux is on his bicycle running away, backpedaling. You're going to see, but I think Cotto, the fact that he's short, he gets low, he's harder to hit, he has good head movement, he has good responsibility defensively. So, you guys tell me what you think, but that's how I see it. I got Cotto winning a UD, man. Unanimous decision. It's your boy JT. I'm out.